Welcome to The Gate, the official podcast of Gateway Tabernacle in Kirbyville, Texas. This is your front door to everything happening in our church family, from Sunday recaps and upcoming events to real conversations, hilarious stories, and the kind of fun you can only find at Gateway. So pull up a chair, turn it up, and let's get into it. Okay, guys, welcome back to the Gate Podcast. I'm so glad you're here. What a great feedback! What a great response we've been getting from y'all. I'm glad you're listening. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad we got to listen in on Brother LaCombe last week as he told us about grief, about death, about loss, and about grace. What an incredible time! I hope you're enjoying your prizes from Guess That Fact. I hope you've been blessed by that and enjoying all of this greatness that we're trying to do here. With that being said, welcome, and I want to pass it to my great and handsome co-host, Brother Ronald.
Welcome, guys. If you watched last episode or listened in, we were pretty real with you guys. I was pretty vulnerable with you guys, and we showed you a reel of me failing in the pulpit. Not falling, not to say that won't happen.
Verbally falling.
Verbally stumbling. All right, we'll put it that way. I stumbled. I felt so bad, down on myself from that reel. Not really. But I figured the best way to make myself feel better was to share just a few more of those with you. Not of myself, but of some of our other ministers, Jason included.
Wow.
The best way to feel better about yourself is
put others down.
Somebody else.
Yeah, that's very true.
So let's take a few minutes and look at these reels. Here we go. Let's start with this one. We've got a good one here. Brother Todd, I'm sorry. You probably didn't even know this reel existed. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but here it is. It does exist, and we're going to enjoy it at your expense.
Let's do that, too.
All right, here we go.
Yep. Let's do some audio. Let's do some,
Unmute. Here we go. You guys ready for this one? Listen closely. Not really. You don't have to listen closely. It's pretty obvious. Here we go.
All of these musicians, man, they can play these.
All of these magicians.
All of these musicians.
It would have been bad enough with the voice crack, but then he says all of these magicians. Actually, he says all of these magicians, and then to me it's hilarious with the voice correct.
That dude flashed back to 7th grade, being picked on in 7th grade.
He's been through this before.
Overcompensating.
Magicians,
musicians. Yeah,
that's funny.
It happens to us all. You get up there, my mouth gets so dry. Preaching, don't watch too closely, folks. It's disturbing. Watch a preacher closely.
It's easy to stumble up there. It's easy to choke up.
Not only that, it's gross.
Yeah.
It's one or two extremes. Either your mouth is so dry and or you produce a little too much saliva. Either way, it's gross.
I'm typically on the latter end of that.
I'm a dry.
I'm
dry.
spraying. I'm spraying the whole time.
Yeah. Anyways, things happen, voice cracks, and we get a laugh out of it, and hopefully you get a laugh out of it too.
Hilarious.
Let's move on to the next video. Here we go.
Oh, this is great.
Let's watch this. Here we go.
If the Ethiopians ran, they won. The children of Judah, they won. It was over. They fled. There were no more an attacker or a excuse me, I lost my train of thought.
Gone.
They were no longer a threat, thank you, Pastor, to the children of Judah.
It was over. Want to crawl in a hole?
Oh, that's awful.
Ruin a good message quick.
We bring it on ourselves. As preachers, for one reason or another, we feel we feel like using one word isn't good enough by itself.
Yeah.
We have this urgent need, this pressing need to use
multiple
synonyms.
affirming words. Yeah.
Attackers would have been just fine.
But the whole problem was I never wanted to say attacker. I wanted to say they were no longer a threat.
Yeah, sometimes
and
you
so
settle.
I
You just
lost
settle.
that word threat.
Yeah.
And I could not find that word threat.
No, I just move on.
That's
I just
horrible.
move
I
on. You should have just moved on. You did move on eventually.
After I paused, run it back. What did I say?
You lost your train of thought.
To the children of Judah.
Here we go. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up.
Excuse me, I lost my train of thought.
One more time.
Or an attacker or a excuse me, I lost my train of thought. They were no.
What do you do?
When it's so bad, you have to admit it. If you've never preached before, you don't really think about. It doesn't feel that long when you lose your train of thought. You know, if you're in the audience or in the congregation and a preacher pauses for a moment, it's like, oh, they're thinking. And if you're an experienced preacher, you can kind of play it off, like, oh, you just felt something. But as a young minister, when you lose your train of thought or stumble over a word, that pause feels like an eternity. It is the worst feeling ever. Losing your place in your notes. Have you ever lost your place in your notes?
Or iPad. Hit something on the iPad, highlight everything, trying to get out of it.
Delete all. Highlight, select all, delete.
Yeah, that's not good. Feeling. I hate that.
One more. This is a personal favorite. If you're around me at all, I promise you, I will quote this one. It's just so
Forgive that this is bad. I wish the live stream was acting up. I wish this was better quality.
Yeah, the video is pretty much unusable.
This is a staple.
But the audio is so good. Not in quality, not in that sense.
But in comedic quality.
Comedic quality.
In humility.
Doesn't get much better.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I did not know that. Somebody rejoice right now. I am more of a Coke float self, my guy. Myself. You know what I'm saying.
I am more of a Coke float self, my guy. It almost works. That's what's so funny about it. I'm more of a Coke float self, my guy.
It sounded right, almost.
I'm more of a Coke float guy myself, is what I was trying to get. And it's just such a weird. Yeah, it really is.
It is a tongue. I'm more of a Coke float self, my guy. He sounded pompous.
It almost
like you were in a Sunday service
and calling the audience my guy.
The church, the congregation, my guy. It works. It's hilarious. I'm telling you, if you have not tried to give announcements, you're missing. You haven't lived.
That's a thought. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should start doing a name draw
announcements,
and whoever gets it on the spot has to come up and give announcements.
That'll get you. Unending content. We will have fail reels for as long as there's announcements in church. There will be an unending supply of fail reels.
And I'll say this: I've got something special for you, Ryan. Something I saw the other day. Nice. I want to try. Before I say that, just let me step on a soapbox real quick. There's some people that are going to get offended by this. And some people hate this.
It's Jace.
Exposing. Yeah, it's me.
Jace is the one.
Exposing fail content. You know, you're supposed to be able to have fun in church.
Absolutely.
If you can't look at Brother Todd and make fun of his voice crack, you need to go back to the altar. There's joy in the house of the Lord.
Amen.
But anyways, that's just a little soapbox.
Sneak a preach.
Have fun with God and Christianity and all that stuff. Here's the game. I saw someone else. This is not an original thought. I don't take credit for it. I saw someone else play this game, and I thought it would be really funny to try it on you. So here's what you're going to do.
All right,
it's kind of silly. It's kind of stupid.
Got it.
All you do is I want you to look directly at the camera.
Okay. Got it.
And then you're going to look down.
All right.
You're going to go serious face.
Okay.
You're going to look straight up with a dead serious face. Not even the slightest bit of a smile. You know, look at the camera. Serious.
You can't tell me not to smile. I'm going to smile.
I know that's the hard part. You look up, dead serious face, and then you're going to attempt to give the smallest smile, a smirk really, the smallest smile you possibly can.
Easy.
The smaller, the better. It has to register as a smile.
Right.
The smaller,
So just
the better.
neutral face.
Neutral face. Come up with a neutral face.
I look up.
Serious?
I look up smiling, or
You look up neutral.
Okay.
You look up dead
and
serious.
then smile.
Hard
So
into
it's
the
like my
camera.
Model face.
I'm gonna try to do it for you, and then I want you to
All
drop.
right,
Okay. All right. So we go down. We go down neutral.
Neutral. Am I doing it? No, you're doing it. Okay.
We go down neutral. We come up neutral. Did that register? Is that a smile?
It was a twitch.
You get the point.
Okay.
We come up
All right,
and get the
all right, I got it,
smallest
I
smile you
got it,
can.
I got it. Okay, ready?
Mhm.
This is not a flattering angle. All right, here we go. Okay, all right.
Go
for real,
serious,
so-
go
all right,
serious,
I'm
like it.
serious.
Okay. That was way too big.
I'm sorry. It's harder than it looks.
It is much harder than it looks. Do it.
Okay,
Do it again.
I got this. Ready? Say that on
You
you.
look dumb.
Very nice.
Okay. Well, maybe that was boring. Maybe
I've got one for you.
Okay. Good.
I've got one for you.
Good.
I want you to frown.
Okay.
Not neutral face. I want you to frown.
Okay.
Go ahead and show us your frown.
Oh.
Just frown. It's simple. You can do it.
There you are. That's so stupid.
Just
Oh,
frown,
okay.
dude.
Oh.
Not pouting. He's pouting. Just. All right, go neutral. Go neutral.
Okay.
You had a bad day. You had a rough day.
All right. This is I'm sad. Like genuine. This is I'm sad.
Okay.
Okay, and then go frown.
Stupid. Why are you doing
I
that?
can't
Stop doing that.
frown.
Okay, all right. Just go neutral. Be normal. Watch.
Show me.
It's a frown.
Okay. And then frown. Frown.
That's a frown.
I'm more frown.
You're overthinking. You're overthinking the frown.
Someone
We've
clip
said
that.
frown so much
Okay.
that it sounds weird. Okay.
I feel like I'm just
Bad day.
stretching my face.
Give me your bad day face.
It's a bad day face.
Okay. All right. I want you to sing. Are you happy and you know it? And do not smile.
Okay, hang on.
You can do it.
All right. I wish I could change that. Okay.
You got it.
Don't look at me.
Look at it. Look at the camera.
If you're happy and you know. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, I can do that. I can do it.
Just get through. Clap your hands. If you can get through that, you won. I'm not looking.
If you're happy and
Voice crack.
if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you
All right, let's
If
sing it
you're
together.
happy-
Let's sing it
okay.
together. Ready? Last bit. All right, here we go. 3, 2.
hang on.
Okay, hang on.
All right, go.
If
All right. Seriously,
Okay,
we
all
can
right,
do this.
We can do this. We're grown men.
All
Grown
right.
men with a job. Here we go.
If you're
Okay. If you're happy. They're gone. They're goners.
if
All right.
you're happy,
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it.
clap your hands.
Oh, no. Okay, we got to stop that.
So
We stop that. Guys,
Okay.
we hope you're smiling. If you're not smiling yet, you will be. We're going to revisit our interview with Brother LaCombe, and we've put together some of his best stories. So enjoy this interview. Enjoy his stories. Check it out.
When Jesus comes to church.
Another situation, we had Jesus come to church.
Okay.
I got real spiritual one day, and I told all the Sunday school teachers, bring your classes in, because I'm going to preach to everybody today.
Right.
Okay.
So they went and took up the offering and took count, come in. Well, I preached on Jesus is coming. I just thought this was the day we're going to, get ready for heaven,
Right,
So I got
right.
preaching, and, man, I'd stop and say, Jesus is coming. I'd preach a little more, and then I'd emphasize, Jesus is coming.
Yeah.
About that time in the back door, here comes this guy. He's barefooted. He's got cut off jeans. his pockets hanging out on the side.
Oh my.
He has a tank top. He has long red hair that goes all the way down to his belt buckle, and he had a beard that went all the way down to his belly button. And he sits on the front row.
Oh my
So I
word.
thought, well, God gave me a
Yeah.
convert, you know.
There
He-
you go.
Yeah.
So, boy, I come down on it. When I got to my title, I said, Jesus is here. Well, that dude jumps up and says, I'm here.
Oh my.
I am Jesus.
Oh,
And I have a word for my people. I said, sit down.
yeah, we.
He sat down. I preached a little bit more, and about the wall, it slipped out. I said, Jesus is coming. He jumped up and said, I'm here. I told him to sit down. Fine. He jumped up. He come on the platform, come behind the podium where I was. He grabbed my Bible. And so I grabbed him around the neck. So he he grabbed my neck. So we got in a little holy headlock, down.
They're wrestling behind
I
the
said, you better
pulpit.
go back there and sit down or I'm going to throw you out. And so he said, I'm not going to go sit down. But boy, he jerked away, had my Bible. He ripped it right in half.
Oh.
Oh no.
Carried it all over the platform.
Lord have
Then
mercy.
he jumped off and hit the altar and run down the aisle hollering, crucify me, crucify me, crucify me. So anyway.
You'd probably
we
like
just
to in that moment, huh?
it wasn't no use to keep going and having service
Right.
because
Oh,
we
the
came
spirit's
there to
gone
see-
then.
well, we
Man.
came to see Jesus and we saw him.
That's
Why-
right.
why wanna
We saw Jesus.
delete
Let's
the
go
thing,
home.
So a couple of days later, police department from Rain, which was about 30 miles from us, he called and he said, you Reverend LaCombe? I said, I am. He said, we have a fella in the woods and he is armed and he's asking for you.
Hmm.
I said, well, y'all got the gun. Don't answer me. He said, well, I said, what's his name? They said, Jesus. Well, I thought, if Jesus called me, I got to go.
That's right. That's right.
So anyway, I got over there with a megaphone and I finally walked him out of the woods, put his gun down, came out. They went over there and covered him up, handcuffed him, threw him in jail. And I felt so bad, that I was the fault of Jesus getting put in jail.
Oh, yeah.
But the next day I went and talked to him, and I taught him a Bible study. He received the Holy Ghost in jail.
Oh, wow.
I talked to the DA. I got him out, baptized in Jesus' name.
Wow.
And he stayed in our church for about 12 years.
It's amazing.
His real name was Wayne Peltier, but we all called him Jesus.
Jesus.
Until he
That's
passed
right.
away, he was Jesus. So.
My goodness.
Escaping the serial killer.
During college at Texas Bible College,
Yes, sir.
if you go back and look on your Google search or something, you'll read about a guy named Inslee. He was
Okay.
a serial killer. He killed 29 young men, buried
My
a
goodness.
bunch of them on Crystal Beach, close to Galveston.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Some of them he buried in his backyard.
Man, I've swam on Crystal Beach. Wow.
Mhm.
So when I first went to Houston, I had a nice car, and I wasn't there about a week. They stole it.
Oh,
And I found it. They had gutted it,
Man.
everything, took everything off of it but the body.
jeez.
So my buddy said that he was going to come pick me up at work. So I had some opportunities to go back home.
Right.
So I went to work that night. Some of them said, you want me to take you? I said, no, I won't. And I waited till the guard passed, locked the door. There I was. Then a man come by and said, you want to ride? I said, yeah, I guess so. I said, my buddy's not coming. That was before cell phone days.
Right, right, yeah.
And I got in the car with him, and he just started cussing and laughing and hollering. And he got on 45, and I said, I live only 3-4 blocks down here. And he was just laughing. He said, you go where I go. And so he took me all the way. And when he got off at Crystal Beach, which I'd been reading about, that they were looking for the guy. And so, and I'm not for a fact sure it was even him. I'm
Right,
just saying,
right.
Right.
I was in a car,
Sure.
and when I saw Crystal Beach and he pulled over, I thought, you know what? I'm not staying in this car.
Yeah.
There was another car coming down the Peter Road where he started cussing and telling them they had to stop and he had to yield and whatever.
Right.
And, he had to start slamming on the brakes because they didn't stop. It was just God thing. So I bailed out and got all skinned up. But anyway, run across the Peter Road on the beach side in tall grass. He stops, he takes a gun. He shot 3 or 4 times. He said, "You better come out of there. I'm coming in there at you for you." And so I didn't move. So he got back in the car and he started easing down a little bit. When I thought he was far enough, I thought, well, if I can get across the interstate
Right.
up on the north side, there's some little scrubby trees.
Hmm.
I said, if I can get in there, I'm a country boy.
Oh, yeah. We'll
survive in
hide
there.
out in
Right.
there. Yeah. Yeah.
So when I jumped up and took off, he was watching for me.
Man.
So he turned around and he come up on that feeder road going north on the southbound lane, if you understand what I'm saying. So
Right.
I run across the southbound. When I jumped up on the fence, which is a divider, he hit that thing in probably 50 yards.
My
He just
goodness.
tore that fence up.
Golly.
But I got on the other side, and he went, turned around and came back, and then he shot up in the air and hollered and stuff. But I was making tracks,
gone.
you know.
You were
Right.
booking it. Oh, yeah.
But that was one of my incidents at first at Bible college.
Ronald in a LaCombe.
Well, then I coon hunted and had a mule, and I was in the tack room, and I kept a pistol in my saddlebag.
Okay.
Very seldom ever used it. It was just
Right.
there. I jerked that thing off, and when I did, I put it on the cement floor, and it hit that hammer.
Went off.
That thing went off, went up, hit me right above the knee,
Man.
went all the way up and hit my pelvis bone, then ricochet and went about an inch from where my belt and my spine is, where that thing lodged.
Mm.
So I had to have that cut out, that bullet. So I went through that. got
Man,
through that, and
almost
then-
got killed, then got
and-
shot by
My
yourself.
goodness.
And then I've always had heart problems. You know,
Right.
My dad had them, and so I inherited all this from early 30s. I had heart attacks and stuff. So, but I was in Mississippi, right out of Natchez, and we had a preacher's camp, just preachers. And so that Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning, everybody said, "Well, we packing, we leaving." I said, "Well, I'm gonna make one hunt,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go home."
Right.
So I went out. Well, as far as I knew, they was all gone. Everybody had left. Well, I got up in my deer stand, and I could see some deer further off. So I jumped down. I got my climber underneath me, and I went over there, climbed a tree. When I got in the tree, my world started turning, you know. And I don't know what happened after that. It was a cardiac arrest. So I fell out of that tree and hit, and I had a concussion. I broke my jaw.
How high were you?
About 25 feet,
Man.
something like that. What
Yeah.
they said. They wouldn't get my stand.
Right.
Right.
Get it. So, and then I broke my wrist, cracked my arm, and I cracked all my ribs. One of them broke, and it punctured a liver
Oh,
and a lung.
jeez.
And then I blew my knees out where it just, you know, they cut some cartilage off. And I cracked my back right above my belt line. Anyway, I fell about 8:30, and I woke up about 3.
Oh my.
And I realized then
Man.
I was laying in blood, and I realized nobody knows where I'm at.
So you woke up still in the woods.
Right.
I fell, knocked out.
Oh my.
I
And
was-
you
I
laid
was out.
there. Oh my.
And when I woke up,
Wow.
I just felt like I was sleepy, you know, because I did that often.
Right.
If I was bow hunting, you know, I'd crawl down and then
Right.
just lean
Lay
and
down,
go to sleep.
Right,
Take
right.
a nap, and go back up.
Right.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
was- and so I was laying there and I thought, I don't remember coming down. I don't remember sleeping,
Right.
And I was looking around, and when I started to move, man, I was hurt. And then I remember looking, and my rifle was off from me, and it was, laying on the ground. I knew that wasn't right.
Right.
I
Yeah.
never was far from it,
Yeah.
and I sure didn't want it to get bumped or
Right.
scoped.
Right, yeah.
So that was one thing triggering. And I said, you know what? I fell.
Mm.
And when I looked, I was just in a pool of blood.
Oh, my word.
I got to get out of here. So anyway, I got up and I started walking. I'd pass out, get up and get a little bit, and then I'd black out again. And finally got to my truck, and I got in. I had to drive about a mile. And when I pulled up at the camp, one preacher, Brother Danny Aycock, he was packing. He was just fixing to leave.
Wow. The grace of God.
And so
Yeah.
he had made a quick hunt that morning,
Right.
unbeknown to me. So when I pulled up and saw him come out of there, I passed out. He took me to the hospital in Natchez. So I stayed there for probably 3 weeks and went through Thanksgiving there. My family went through Christmas there.
Wow.
And then they finally moved me back to Lafayette where my heart doctor was. They couldn't do anything there.
Right.
They wasn't, rigged up for cardio problems.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So I got back. Wasn't a few weeks after that, I started feeling pretty good, except my ribs. That was the only thing.
Right.
Ribs, that's nothing they can
Oh,
do
yeah.
with that.
Right.
Well, the doctor came in and asked me if I wanted to sit, and I said, sure. So I sat, but I wasn't in that chair 5 minutes, and then I felt that my world turning again, So
Wow.
I told him, I said, I'm feeling the same thing that I felt up in that tree.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told him, I said, I'm having another cardiac arrest. So a nurse came in, and when I told that, she, finally checked, and then I went out, and so they rang a whatever code blue, whatever, and they just stormed the place,
Mhm.
And so after that, I went out into a coma, and I stayed in that coma maybe a couple months. Then after that, it was in February sometime. So the doctors finally told my wife that they would have to decide what to do because I was on life support 100%.
Yeah.
That was
Wow.
nothing.
Wow.
And so they said, he can't make it without life support. So that's when they made arrangements, with my baby sister and my family. And then my wife, the only request she had was said, I'd like to open the doors, have some of his friends. And they had been in there praying.
Right.
She said, I want to have a prayer day where they could come. So they did. Went through that. I wasn't aware of that, anything. And then that afternoon, whenever at 5 o'clock, they cut it off. And then that's when the doctor got in the room. He was fixing to go turn it all off. And he said he heard a knock on the door, and he went to the door. He said there was just a tall, stately, elderly man, is what he said. And he said, he asked him, he said, can I go in there and pray for my friend? And he said, yeah, come on in. He said, I thought to myself, why didn't he get here earlier? He said, I was kind of aggravated.
Right.
But he said, I thought if he got through locked doors and he's got through, security,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to stop him.
Sure.
So he
Right.
said,
Yeah.
come on
Right.
in. So he said he came in. He said, preacher, he said, let me tell you, him and God, they were buddies. And he said, he started praying. He said, I felt like I was eavesdropping, man. He said, I stepped back. He said, when he got finished, he was real nice, smiling. He said, look, thank you so much. And so he said, he turned around and went out the door. And he said, I closed the door, he said, just as I closed the door, he said, I turned around. And he said, all your needles started coming up.
Wow.
And he said, you started gasping.
Wow. Wow.
My
He said,
goodness.
I turned and went, and he said, there was a nurse right across the hall. And she said, Dr. Stanley, is there something wrong? He said, there was an old man just stepped in this room. And he said, just pray for my patient. I said, which way did he go? This way or that way? She said, Dr. Stanley, she said, I've never left this chair.
Oh.
My
She said,
goodness.
nobody went in your room and nobody
My
came out of your
goodness.
room. And so he said, well, you better come help me. He going to smother. So
Yeah.
She came within an hour or two because they told my wife, give him about 35, 40 minutes and he'll be out, and then we'll prepare him and y'all can come back.
Right.
Well, it was only about maybe an hour, and they went to get my family, and they all stood up to come thinking I was gone.
Right.
Well, Dr. Stanley said there's been a change.
Wow.
Wow.
And my wife just cried. She said, I knew it. God answers prayer.
Oh, my goodness.
And while she was in the family room, Brother Melanson from Thibodeau, one of my best friends, he told my wife and my boys, he said, don't worry about him. He's going to be fine.
Yeah.
He said he's going to live long enough to see some grandchildren.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's what he told them right there. So
Wow.
came in there. So she went, and the family came in there. We talked till about midnight, and the next day at 4:00, I was in my own private room.
Wow.
And the following week, I went home.
We appreciate you for tuning in for today's episode. Please join us next Tuesday at 8 a.m. And remember, the gate is always open.